people, back at it again with another episode of The World is Burning. Shout out to the 366 subscribers. I appreciate you all. We're getting some great comments, and I think we have a real nice community going right now. Give us a follow if you want to join the community and watch the world burn with us as well. This channel, we're just documenting the economic crisis as everyone's going through right now. We're all going through it. And we're also going to be following these 2024 collapses. I just did a video, give us a comment on that, about the layoffs that are going on and don't look like they're slowing down. Now, layoffs aren't the worst thing in the world if there are jobs for other people to transition into, comparable jobs of equal pay, so they're not taking a massive hit and they can sort of get back on the feet. Layoffs are horrific when there are no jobs for people to go to. It's just this endless cycle of chaos. And as you can see here, these are some of the biggest companies in the world. They're laying people off, or doing, not only laying people off, they're doing hiring freezes as well. Bank of America, Salesforce, Wizz Air. These aren't small companies, people. These aren't small companies. There's just no good news about hiring. Klarna, this company's booming right now because no one can afford to pay anything in full. And now they're letting people off. And I always just, before I do these videos, I do a nice little bit of a deep dive. I go click on some websites, read up. I usually pull a few websites up, but my point here is there's no good news. Wage growth slows as the UK job market begins to stall. Lloyds Bank to axe 1,600 jobs across branches. There's no good news, literally no good news about these jobs markets right now. So we're going to have a quick look on TikTok. Let's see what people on the ground, of how they're experiencing this hiring freeze in the jobs market. I haven't seen any of these videos. I'm watching them with you for the first time, guys. Let's see what people on the street are saying.
I honestly just started seriously looking for data science entry-level positions and internships, and I have to say I already feel so overwhelmed. It feels like all of the applications have so many requirements just to even get experience, you know? For internships and entry-level positions, a lot of it I feel like is your first step towards getting experience other than personal projects. And I just feel like it's so crazy that I've seen some asking for 4 to 5 years of experience. Like, how am I supposed to find that as an undergraduate?
Yeah, just going to pause this here. This is the new thing, guys. If you think you're going to get an entry-level job with no experience, there's so many people with years of experience now. They are going to get the job over you. It's just going to happen. So when you're an undergraduate and when you're working, you've got to start getting your portfolio going. You've got to start getting some experience so you can hit the ground running.
Who just decided to get into data science. Like, how am I supposed to find enough experience? How am I going to get my foot in the door and get that experience if the entry-level positions are the ones that are asking for that much experience? And same thing with internships. Like, why are they asking me for 2 to 3 years of data science experience? It's an internship. That's what I'm trying to get experience at. Obviously, experience can be made up through a lot of things, including projects, including clubs on campus and classes, but still, I don't understand how I'm gonna get 4 to 5 years worth of experience in data science for an entry-level job. It's just so overwhelming for me because I know at some point I'll end up finding a job. It's just so overwhelming because sometimes it just feels like it's just gonna take forever, like I'm not gonna find anything. I just feel so underqualified for everything. Is anyone else feeling like this, or is it just me? Let me know.
Yep, that's a stressed out woman there, Romani. I hope you get a job. Keep strong.
Calling all recruiters or hiring managers or anyone that's hiring for a job or anyone that knows anything about how to get a job and keep a damn job. You know, I'm starting to post a lot on TikTok and I'm trying to get some kind of a niche, but I can't because every time I try, something new keeps happening in my life and I can't handle it anymore. So about almost 2 months ago, I got laid off from my job. I worked remote in marketing and I got laid off.
Yep, just going to pause this here, guys. If you go back to some of my other videos, it's these markets, not just the tech jobs, it's marketing jobs specifically in tech companies are getting smashed. They're getting laid off really quickly. Most of the videos that I've been coming across is people in marketing saying I've been laid off. So yeah, leave me a comment if you're in marketing. I like to know the state of the industry wherever you are in the world.
And ever since then, I have been on the job market. And I've applied for over 200 jobs in the last 2 months, maybe 250. And when I tell you I've had absolutely zero success, I cannot exaggerate further. Like, I have tried everything, and I'm not even getting interviews hardly. I've had like 2 interviews in 2 months. Like, I have created a million drafts of resumes. I have sent my resume to people like that are way overqualified to look at them, like, and they've helped me edit them, and they've helped me make sure that I have data on them and not just words and numbers that project my experience and all these things. I have a portfolio. I'm applying for jobs outside of Indeed and LinkedIn, meaning I'm going straight to the website and applying. I am asking people for recommendations. I'm asking people to be my references and not just like friends, actual people that I have worked with on a professional level. I am doing everything. I'm willing to move. My family, we are 1000% relocatable. That's on my resume. We will go close to anywhere. We will go to a metropolitan type safe city. I want to get out of Memphis.
I don't think there are that many metropolitan type safe cities anymore. Leave me a comment, guys. Do you think there are any safe metropolitan type cities that you'd be willing to relocate to? Leave me a comment.
We're open to that. I don't know what else to do. At this point, I am applying for jobs constantly. Like I do it in my sleep. I'll apply for a job at 11 p.m. at night, and I'll have a decline in my inbox by the time I wake up in the morning. Like, it is insane. And I got laid off during COVID. I was one of those people that I graduated college in 2019, and then COVID hit, and boom, I was gone. I know a little bit about what this is like, but this is a new level. And I don't know what to do anymore. I'm about to be like that girl on LinkedIn.
Yeah, you need to stay strong, Alexis. Keep applying. I know it's rough. Eventually, you will get something. But yeah, I feel bad for people like this who've been unemployed for a long period of time, and people just aren't getting back in touch with them. Next one.
Shout out to the September surge. I'm so glad it's happening and that people are hopefully getting jobs and getting interviews and things like that. I did want to point out that this is the third or fourth job description that I've seen that looks like this. And I'm shocked because these job descriptions are asking for people with attention to detail, copywriting experience, etc. And these people aren't even changing out the name on ChatGPT. They're just literally copy pasting and going and then expecting to get employees that go above and beyond. I don't know what kind of job market we're in right now, but this feels so disheartening. And let me know if you've seen any job descriptions like this. This is probably, like I said, the fourth one I've come across. And I just had to put it on TikTok because I was like, this is wild. Am I like going crazy? Am I the only one seeing this? But yeah, it is what it is. I hope you get a job this month. You got this. Change out the name.
In the ongoing work from home versus return to work battle, Salesforce is clearly...
Nothing is showing that this is a employer market more than stunts like this. All right, companies are forcing people back to the office. They've got political pressure. There's a lot of big money around corporate office structures. You have construction companies, you got renovation companies, you got all the service companies that service those big warehouses. And then in cities, a lot of cities have been losing a lot of revenue because people aren't commuting, they're not buying food, they're not paying taxes. So there's a ton of political pressure right now to get people back into the office. That coupled with the employer market where there's less remote jobs available for people, this is what happens. But trust me, this is short term because when hiring bounces back, the first thing these companies are going to realize is to stay competitive, you've got to offer remote work because it's what people want.
Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. The government are going to start coming for more money from you. Governments don't really create anything. All they do is spend money these days, and they don't even spend it wisely. Look at New York. They're in like a $700 million deficit. In fact, I think it's $1 billion deficit. California, all these high-tax places. People trying to get out because they don't want to be taxed as much. But now, they've even... I saw a news article the other day. They're flirting with the idea of a dual tax. So if you're working from home and your company's based in New York, you'll be paying tax in New York, and they want you to pay tax wherever you're currently working, because these governments, and they need your tax to survive. So yeah, they'll be coming after your money, guys.
I want to know which job market is worse, now or 2020. In 2020, a company had me
Now.
drive out to Indianapolis 3 times. They didn't pay for my gas to do in-person interviews with 5 people. This was in the summer of 2020. People were barely leaving their houses, and I would go up to the office and they would be like, oh, we don't really do masks here while I'm wearing my mask. And I literally felt like if I kept it on, I wasn't going to get the job. Third time I came and met with, again, 5 people. They told me like, oh, where are you going to live when you move to Indianapolis? We're so excited to have you on. Just for them to ghost another company here in Wisconsin, I'll just name drop Uline, had me do 5 hours worth of Microsoft testing, like Excel testing, which is an absolute bitch. Drive out to their offices twice, and they also bid promised me. I was like, oh yeah, I can't offer you the job on the spot here. I'd like to, but I just can't. For them to ghost me. Compared to present day, I recently interviewed for a job that was labeled on Indeed as hybrid. In the description it said it was hybrid, and going through the process I was like, okay, so what does hybrid mean? And they would never give me a straight answer. It was never like 3 days in, 2 days out, nothing. So they gave me an offer and I was like, okay, like I need a concrete answer. What is it? And he was like, training will be 5 days in person, and then however fast you pick it up, like maybe there will be some hybrid days after that. It was sounding like it was just like an in-person job. 2020 was the
Yeah, and here's the thing, they will lie to you on these job applications. I've been seeing a lot of it recently where they're like, oh, it's hybrid, or it's work from home, and then you start, in these videos, they're like, yep, I quizzed them on that, and then it turns out, yes, it is, fully in the office.
As someone who is actively looking for a second job right now and forced to look at this very unfortunate job market, I have a couple things to say to any employer out there who's thinking, well, my current employees are super lazy, they milk the clock, and just anything negative about their current employees. Your employees are following your example. If you're breaking a rule, they're going to break a rule. If they see you slacking off, they're going to slack off. What am I talking about? Oh, the fact that the amount of employers who just won't take down job ads or even just update the job ads. Like, if you don't need it anymore, take it down. If something on it is wrong, take it down. If you're not hiring, take it down. I understand wanting to have backups, right? But some of us need jobs now. We don't need you to be like, oh, well, we'll keep you in mind. I need a second job yesterday. Like, I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to call me back 3 months later when one of your employees decides to quit, okay? I had 2 jobs today that I was supposed to have an interview with, and I was told, oh, actually, we're not hiring. One of those ads was literally posted yesterday. One of them was posted like 2 weeks ago. I'm very frustrated, and I hope you're also frustrated hearing that because it's fucking ridiculous. Back to what I was saying about employers. If you're gonna start off your experience with a possible candidate by being lazy, they're gonna give you that same energy back. So maybe just take an extra step to either have someone, like hire someone else to take care of your hiring process, or just don't hire people. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just frustrating as someone who wants a job to not be able to get it because someone didn't do their job.
Yeah, once again, Kaylee, stay strong. You will get that job out there. But yeah, they are taking the mick right now. All these companies are just kind of taking the mick right now. We'll do one more and get out, guys. But yeah, it doesn't look too good for the jobs market right now. Leave me your comments on your thoughts. Where do you think it's going to go in 2024? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse?
If you're graduating in 2024 or you're a recent December grad, you definitely need to know the job market that you're getting yourself into. Well, for starters, the job market is in shambles. Surprise.
Yep.
And for people who recently graduated, it's a rude awakening because we're competing for jobs with people that goes all the way back to 2020. So if you haven't started looking for jobs, you needed to have started like yesterday, because by the time you walk across the stage, you need to have an offer signed, sealed, and delivered. And I'm not talking about an offer from like a regular job to keep you afloat during college. No, I'm talking about a big girl or a big boy job that's in like the corporate world, or a job that's going to pay you very well, because inflation and just overall living in this economy is out the roof. So you need to go ahead on LinkedIn and make LinkedIn your new Instagram.
Yeah, and we'll leave it there, guys. But here's the thing. I feel for the graduates, because if you're competing now, guys, you're not just competing against other graduates, which is, there's so many of them. You're competing against people who have been in industry for a long time, who have a lot of experience, who have worked 4, 5, maybe even 6 jobs previously over 10, 20 years, and they're also going up for the same job. So I do feel for graduates. We'll leave it there. Leave me your comments, guys. I really want to know what you guys think about this jobs market, and is it going to get better? I personally don't, but we'll leave it there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.